This is me, this is Zombiedawg, and this is how we got the 100 speedrun world record together on the Giant. Okay, so first things first, because it is 2P, we can have one player focus on two windows, the other player focus on the two windows, and that's what we did. And it just makes round one faster. And then we would open up the window on the left, and hopefully one of us gets raindrops. If we don't, we would just restart because it's just gonna be too slow. And it is good because there are two players, so we have a much higher chance that one of us gets raindrops and we can continue on with the game. Okay, so as you see, me and Z-Dog opened up this door on the left. He opened it up because he had enough points. And then he got raindrops. He told me, obviously you can't hear his voice because then it would be so weird hearing him and me overlapping myself. But anyways, also his timer doesn't work, so he pretty much has to rely on me grabbing the nukes. And if I F up a nuke and it doesn't end round, it's a restart pretty much. Also, one thing that does happen is that I end up getting the WAF first hit. And the thing is, if I didn't get crate power here, then I would have missed out on the WAF. But I did. I got some of the best RNG there. And that's probably one of the reasons why we got record. It's also the fact that the record did not have round times, which is pretty much when the round is going to end. And that tells you when you can grab the nuke. So if they didn't have that, obviously it's just guessing game at that point to grab the nuke. So that's also why we beat it. Once the player, one of the players gets the WAF, and also it has to be the player that's running Alchem. Because you don't want to have both players running Alchem. That's just going to be slow AF because the other player is not going to be able to use Alchem. It's just going to be useless if they don't have the WAF. So that's why you need to have the specific player get the WAF. In that case, it was me because I was hosting, which meant I had better ping. So that would obviously be better for me to use the WAF than him. So that's pretty much it. All you're doing after this point, once you get WAF, is just spam hitting box and gun machines. So one player always has a raindrops to nuke out rounds. And the other player can get their guns needed. Because you obviously need other guns. There's like 1,000+ zombies, I think, past round 80, so it's kind of crazy in 2P. Also, just on round 8, I ended up nearly getting a body nuke from a zombie. Luckily, I wasn't close enough to the point where I'd pick it up. But if I picked that up on accident, it would have been bad. It would have probably lost a lot of time. We still probably would have beat it, because again, this record was like 2 years ago. But still, getting a nuke mid-round is so slow. It just kills the zombies so slow, it's going to slow you down so much. Also, just wanted to leave a good impression on this first 100 SR that I played with Z-Dog. Because we were considering playing the Virokta 100 SR and Kino 100 speedrun 2-player as well. Maybe in the future. But as of now, I got the VMP, obviously, that's going to be my dead wire gun, and then I just needed a second gun. I ended up getting the HVK, which was perfect, and Z-Dog just needed to get his last two guns, and we would have been set up and ready to do the high round strategy. Well, not high round strategy, it's just the fastest strategy on the map. Probably not viable, the 255, but instead of waiting for a dog round here, Zombiedawg came up with the idea that I nuke the round. He runs over to turn on the power, and because you need power on to get over to the one window strategy. And he runs back and we end round here and then run to the one window strategy. Because if you didn't know, if you breach or if you start running around the map, it despawns the zombies. It slows down the round so much. You just don't want to do that. So we just stayed here and ended round and then made our way to the one window strategy. Oh, and for dog rounds, all we would do is just both sit in this corner and shoot the dog spawning at the 3 locations they can. And that's the fastest way you can end a dog round. So by this point, I'd say all the way until 50, you're just going to be shooting the WAF, the player who has it at least. And then whenever I'm running low on ammo or I know the round's going to end, I'm going to tell Zombiedawg if he has the raindrops or I'm going to pop my raindrops. Just because if you end round through wall banging, that's just going to be the fastest way you can play it. Saves you a couple seconds. So that's what we would do all the way, I'd say, till about 45 to 50-ish. And after that, you have to start conserving your ammo a lot more. Also, just a quick note is that we would never double hit at all, so we would have a lot of points in the 90s, which would let us double hit just in case one of us didn't get an ammo gun, because later on in the 80s you need 2 max ammos for the player that has the WAF, and in the 90s you need 3. Also, for the AATs I was using, I know at the beginning I was using Deadwire and Fireworks, but I ended up switching to Deadwire Thunderwall about halfway through the match. Because if you didn't know, I did not know this either, Deadwire, Fireworks, and I'm pretty sure Blast Furnace as well, whenever a player activates it, let's say the other player had Deadwire as well, then they wouldn't be able to activate Deadwire straight away. You would have to wait the 5 seconds because they're like connected for some reason. So that's why Thunderwall is better, because they're universal. So Any player can activate them at the same time. It doesn't matter. And same thing with turn, but obviously you can't activate turn when the zombie's in the window, so it's useless. By this point, the strategy that me and Zombiedawg are doing is I'm shooting the WAF and my AATs whenever they're ready. He's always shooting his AATs through that square part of the wall that kind of looks a lot different to every part. That's where the zombies are actually coming from. So if he's shooting his AATs there, they're killing the zombies before they get to me, and that's gonna make the rounds go by way faster. And it ultimately led us to beat the world record by like 20 minutes, I'll say that. On round 85, Zdawg decides to pop his final raindrop so he can hit Gun Machine. Because if one of us does not have a raindrops on us, or at least he has a cashback on him, or if I have an outcome, then we are not gonna get through the round. We need a full max ammo, actually 2 activations of an ammo gun to get through a full round. If we don't, then we're not gonna get through because there's like 1,000+ zombies, like I said, past round 80. Also, if you didn't know, you can kind of just go crazy with the WAF by spamming it. If you shoot a WAF shot and then grenade swap, just like you would when you're grenade canceling, you can shoot ultra fast with the Wonder WAF. That's what I did. I don't know if it's the fastest way to play with the WAF. Probably is. And also the benefits of doing it when you have an outcome is that when you do it, then you get the points. So you can just get points while you're spamming your WAF, which is nice. What's nice about the 2P is that throughout this entire time, I never have to worry about dogs because Zombiedawg is just shooting them for me, so I can always be focusing on the zombies. In my solo record though, I had to be focusing on the zombies. If you're not paying attention at all times during the giant solo 100 speedrun, you will die because sometimes 5 dogs will just spawn in at once and they can down you instantly. Then me and Zdawg get round 95 dogs, which means we have the chance of getting 99 or 100. Now, I mean, it's quite obvious we want 99 because we're going to only 100. So if we get 100 dogs, that would be pretty bad. We would lose a lot of time, and that's obviously not what we want. And of course, we ended up getting around 100 dogs. So we had to play out the entirety of round 99. Wasn't too happy about that. We would have gotten a 4-hour 10-minute for sure, and we would have destroyed the record by like 27 minutes. But we still beat the record by 20 minutes, so it's not too bad. We finally hit the round 104 hours, 17 minutes, 12 seconds, crushing the original record by 20 minutes. Again, I said we would have beat it by like 27 minutes, but of course we didn't get round 99 dogs, which sucks. It still destroyed the record regardless, even with the amount of 5 rounders we got though, which is quite funny. So we ended up playing out round 100, got round 101 for the memes, and then we downed ourselves to the trap. And then that was the fast round 100 on the Giant with 2 players. I hope you guys enjoyed, and as for an outro.